What's good, everybody? It's Rashad, the creator. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Marvel's The Defenders. This is going to be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it, come back, and let's get into it. Firstly, I just want to talk about the interactions that they had between each other. Um, Obviously, when you get Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, all in the same scene, it's going to be epic. But I think they did all bounce off each other quite well. Jessica Jones, she stole most of her scenes. Iron Fist, I know a lot of people had issues with Iron Fist. And let me be the first person to tell you, I liked Iron Fist. I liked it, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say it's perfect because it wasn't. But everyone seems to think that the Marvel Netflix series, the whole Defenders, the superhero series, that there's supposed to be some sort of, I don't know, action-packed event from the get-go sort of thing. That maybe happened in Daredevil and stuff like that, but Daredevil is like here. For me, it goes Daredevil, there it goes Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. Luke Cage was the weakest for me. And maybe I'll go into reasons for that further down the line. But at the moment, that's how it stands. I'm not even joking about that. That's how it stands. Like, Iron Fist it was good. Like, it was slow in certain parts, fair enough. But they all are slow in certain parts. Like, I know people that haven't watched Jessica Jones because it's just too slow for them. They've started there and they're just like, what is... Back to my point, Jessica Jones, she stole all her scenes with her quick one-liners. The fact that she's literally a functioning alcoholic is just hilarious to see on screen. Reminds me of Rick and Morty, and that's a whole different story. But the fact that she's witty, just because of the fact that she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She just makes it a point to say, fuck you, fuck these people. I'm just here to do one thing, and that is it. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of people will be pleased in the way that Iron Fist has been portrayed. He's a lot less teenage angsty as people like to say. But Colleen does make a statement that makes perfect sense. Like, everyone sees him as this person. So you could see it as the viewers. Like, all the viewers see him as like some emo kid that's just angry all the time and that. But you just have to remember that like deep down, he's still a child just looking for his family. That's him fundamentally. Like, he feels like he's failed his one purpose that he had in life. And now he's just scrambling. And that's why he throws a lot of tantrums, and he's very, very quick to anger. But you saw that in Iron Fist, he was very quick to anger. And certain things just triggered him. And he just went schizo. I understand that. And that's why I like Iron Fist as a character. I can't remember his name. I knew I was going to do this, but I've forgotten his name. I do like Finn Jones, bang, as the actor. I do like how he's portrayed him. The fight scenes were much, much better this time around. A little jumpy in some, like the editing was a bit, you know, but the fight scenes in the choreography in general were much better on an improvement on Iron Fist. I like seeing the characters throw down against other enemies, even each other. Always good to see when heroes fight each other. I don't know, just I'm a bit fucked like that, to be honest. In the first fight scene between Luke Cage and Iron Fist, sick. I don't understand why Danny kept fighting. Like, he kept attacking Luke. Like, he was trying to get somewhere. Like, he was punching him, nothing's happening, but yet he tried to kick him and do a little backflip and that. Nah, I don't know why he kept going. Like, I give him props for determination, but once you see that the first few bangs aren't really making any effect, I don't know why he kept going on. But that's him. So props to him. Like, like, enough respect to him for trying it. He's the immortal Iron Fist, so he had to do it. When he just gave that one punch, when he lit up his fist and just, I like that. Obviously Luke hasn't faced anyone like that before. Do not mention Diamondback, please. But I thought that was just for the first time that these two are interacting, I thought that was great. The fact that Luke called him out straight away on his white privilege. That's all I'm going to say about that. That scene, my God. I think the scene, I think it's when Danny first tries to take the whole corporate role and take down the Hand, and they're all fighting in the hallway. I've seen a lot of reviewers and a lot of people complain about that that in the trailer you see most of their whole teamwork aspect when, you know, Danny jumps off the wall and Luke Cage pushes someone through the wall and stuff like that. But you have to remember that these lot are complete strangers at this point. Like, they've never met each other before this point. Like, they're fighting purely to survive. Like, there's not going to be a big cohesive like fight scene where they're all bouncing off each other and doing like tag team attacks and shit like that, because they're not the Avengers at this point. They're not even defenders at this point. They're not doing anything apart from trying to fight and survive, and all of them have skills. They notice that, and that's about it. So I don't know why people are moaning about that scene, so because I thought it was sick. It wasn't the best corridor fight scene, as you know, like these Marvel movies have, maybe, I'm pretty sure everybody except Jessica Jones, correct me if I'm wrong, have a corridor or a hallway fight scene, like a one take fight scene, which is amazing. But I think this probably was the weakest out of all of them. Not a bad thing, just because of where they were in the story. That was probably why it's the weakest. Not choreography wise or anything like that. I just enjoyed Daredevil's probably the most, just because it was so groundbreaking when it happened. I know it's been done in movies before, but just because of the fact that it has been done in movies before, now it's being done so well on your TV screen, on a TV show, a TV series. Yeah, I thought that was amazing. The side characters, like how it jumped straight in. You don't really need to know, like, for example, if you haven't seen all 4 shows like I have, you don't really need to know the certain characters. Like, you don't need to really watch Jessica Jones to know that the blonde lady's her friend and stuff like that. It really picks off where those seasons finished, but it doesn't push away new viewers that just wanted to watch the Vendors or didn't watch all 4. Maybe they would just watch Luke Cage and Daredevil and that's it. But that's fine. You won't go in thinking, what the fuck's going on, sort of thing. So I thought that was really good. Side characters were strong. Colin Wing, on point all the time. Like, to the point where I'm thinking, do you know what? Colin is me as the viewer. Like, these are all throwing tantrums. They're taking a piss. They're not getting things done. Let me get some C4 and blow this motherfucker up myself, because I know what I need to do, and that's it. Like, when Colleen was the first person, like, do you know what? Blowing up this building she knows what the hand is capable of. Like, she knows. She doesn't want to play games with these little superheroes and stuff. She knows what they're capable of. She knows they're not going to stop. She knows they need to be stopped. That's it. Claire. I don't really want to talk about Claire because I'm pissed off that she's doing my boy Daredevil like this with Luke Cage. Like, the whole thing, like, let me get into it really quickly, yeah? I don't like Claire because she was with Matt. She didn't like the fact that Matt was doing what he's doing, and that Matt seemed to think that this is what he had to do, and she knew that he was going to die doing it. Cool. You don't want to be here with him because he has a death wish? Cool. But she's with this nigga Luke now. And it seems like the only reason it's okay for him to be a superhero is because this brother can't get hurt. You see what I'm saying? Funny to me. I don't really like it. Like, she was a good character, cool. She has a lot of insight. She's got a lot of wisdom. She's very grounding for all of the heroes in her different aspects. But as a character, that one aspect of her, the relationship aspect between Matt and Luke, and the fact that she's a bit sometimey. She seems to worm her way in all these situations and be very judgmental sometimes. I don't really like that too much, but Rosario Dawson did a great job. She was seamless. She didn't seem out of place, which a lot of side characters could. But she was fine, so cool. Misty Knight. I have a feeling I've just said her name wrong, so correct me if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Misty Knight. She was cool. She was getting a bit annoying towards the end, but you could understand from a law enforcement point of view, like, you can't have these people running around causing untold destruction and not telling you why these things are happening. Like, it was very frustrating. You could see the frustration in her, and that's why ultimately she decided to take things into her own hands and go after them herself, because, like, it was about time. I to be honest, if it was me, I wouldn't have stayed that long without having to try and intervene in some sort of way. So kudos to her. The side characters that were pissing me off, not even Foggy, Karen. Now, I see a lot of people say Karen's a bitch, she doesn't understand, but the thing that pissed me off about Karen was the fact that she was treating Daredevil, she was treating Matt like he was a recovering drug addict. The way that she kept saying, "Oh, I thought he was over this. He was doing so well. He's had a relapse." I'm like, bro, this is who he is. This isn't something that he's addicted to. I don't think him putting on a costume and fighting people is an addiction for him. You could see when he was inside doing his little preparation for his court case, and he could hear people getting hurt and stuff like that. And he was physically shaking because he wanted to help, and he stopped because the police obviously had it under control. But remember that Matt can hear things a lot better than most people. So he must be hearing people in pain, in agony, being attacked, stuff like that all the time. And he has to stay his hand and be like, no, I can't help out because reasons. So when he's actually becoming Daredevil and he's like, this is me, I'm just like, yes, Matt, yes, it is you. Fuck Karen, because she knows your secret and now she's still acting like a bitch. So fuck Karen, because she was cool at the beginning. She ain't cool no more because she's whining like a bitch. I'm sorry, guys. Shouldn't really call ladies bitches. That was wrong with me. But let me talk about the villains. Okay, Marvel and probably DC to some extent as well suffers from weak motherfucking villains. Like, weak ones, like, to the point where they're pointless. Prime example. Once I think of it. Cottonmouth. Fucking yes. Got it. Cottonmouth was one of the best things about Luke Cage. After Cottonmouth died for no reason, that's when Luke Cage was in a decline for me. Like, everything else didn't really matter. And to replace him with a fucking... I even want to... just Diamondback? Bro? Nah, my G. Not Diamondback. That's not a villain, my G. That's a clown. Like, who would take a nigga like that seriously? Nah, I'm not about that. But Cottonmouth, he was very compelling. He was a complicated character. I can't believe the episode that he died was the episode that you found out most about his backstory and who he was as a person. That pissed me off. And Marvel's villains are a lot like that, with a few exceptions. Loki, great villain. Baron Zemo, my opinion, great villain. Ultron, he had a villain with a great plan, but wasn't the great villain that I wanted him to be. Who else? I don't know. I just hope they do Thanos great. Vulture was a great villain, to be fair. His motivations were a bit rushed, but he had the makings and potentials of a great villain. Kilgrave, great villain. And fucking Kingpin, great villain. Like, they have the potential. Like, Marvel knows how to make great villains. So I don't know why the fuck... Let me just calm down for a second. I don't know why Sigourney Weaver decided to take this role. Because they built her up. And I say built her up, and I use this loosely, because you didn't get any backstory about her. You didn't know anything about her apart from the fact that she was dying and that she wanted to live forever. You didn't know how she became the leader of the Hand or what she was capable of to make everybody else subservient to her. Because you see it, they are subservient. Even when she died, they were like, listen, we don't do things like that. They might have not liked her, but they respected her as their leader. And they were subservient to her. Like, to the point where Madame Gao, who's been such a strong character throughout the whole of the Iron Fist and of Daredevil, she asked her to feed birds on her behalf, bro. She told her to keep feeding the birds. Like, the birds. I don't understand. Madame Gao is just sitting on the bench feeding birds because Alexandra told her to. That's why. So I'm thinking, yeah, Alexandra must be sick. She must be a bad character. Like, even when you saw her do a 1-2 kung fu moves when she subdued Elektra in her basic form, like, I was like, okay, maybe she's got something about her. When she's teleporting into, like, the restaurant and talking to people and that, like, she has no fear in the world. I'm like, okay, she must be scared. She must be sick. She must be scared. She's gonna kill somebody. For her to die during a speech like that was one of the biggest face palms I've ever done. And I haven't face palmed that hard since Sasuke said that he wants to be Hokage. And that's telling you something, because that shit was bullshit to the max. But anyway, I digress. for her to be killed in that way, and I'm not saying Elektra was a bad villain, and remember these are spoilers, so I'm not saying Elektra was a terrible villain or anything like that. I'm just saying for her to be built up to be this big bad and then to be killed and we don't know anything about her, I felt like someone just slapped me with a dick. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like someone just dick slapped me. I felt like a being dick slapped. I felt violated, like, to my core, because I was angry. Like, it made me angry. I watched these shows for a reason. Like, they make me feel emotions, and anger was what I was feeling at this point. Feel me? So, I don't know, man. I think they dropped the ball on that. Elektra was a villain, but because it was so late in the game, it didn't have the biggest impact. I didn't think she was going to be the villain, and to be honest, you don't know whether she remembers fully and she's just been a dickhead for no reason, or she doesn't remember and she just remembers Matt and she's still being a dickhead because that's what she wants to be. But Alexandra did defend her a lot, even when she was doing other fuckeries to the other members of the Hands or the other fingers. She was defending her. She was calling her the last hope and all this and that, and just, I might paraphrase that a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. For her to kill her, she didn't really have that much reason to kill her apart from she wanted to be free. So I don't know. I really don't know. The stakes were not high enough. Like, I understand the Hand wanted to unlock this door that only Iron Fist could unlock. Cool. Iron Fist unlocked the thing. You see, there's dragons underneath, skeletons, dead dragons. They're using dragon bones to make them live forever. Cool. If they remove the dragon bones, the whole city of New York will fall. It makes sense logically, but the stakes, like, Stick has been talking about this war with the Hand for centuries. I mean, well, he's been talking about it for a while. Stick likes to ramble on like I do, so it takes him a while to get things out. But he's been talking about this war for a while. And for him to be talking about this great war that's going to destroy everything and all this yada, 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 for their ultimate plan just to be for them to live forever and keep doing what they've been doing, it just seemed a bit, it fell flat for me. It did, I'm not going to lie, it fell flat for me. So those are my final thoughts on Marvel's The Defenders. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. It's only about 8 episodes long, so it wasn't a hard watch at all. I binged it in about a day and a half, and that was like taking breaks and all sorts. That was over the weekend, so it's not hard at all. I think it could have been maybe 2 episodes longer. I know people are complaining about 13 episodes, but I think 10 episodes is where it sits nicely. If it was 2 episodes longer, I think it would have been fleshed out much better. But yeah, I give it a strong 7 out of 10. If you like this video, obviously leave me a like and subscribe. And obviously put your thoughts in the comments. I want to know if people liked it, if people didn't like it, what you thought they could have done better, and what you hope happens in season 2. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.